Hello, welcome to the channel, and today we are going to see what is new in Django 5.0, and we are going to focus on the forms. There is a lot of changes that have happened in forms from Django 4.2 to Django 4.5, the way of rendering the form. Before we get back to our documentation, let me show you the project setup for us to test the new Django way of rendering the forms. So let me run the server. To focus on what is new in Django 5.50 in form field rendering. So you can see from the documentation of Django 5.0, it has introduces the concept of field group and field group templates. These are simplified the rendering of related elements of a Django form field, such as label, widget, help text, and errors, all in one field group. So this is the old way. This is the old way of form rendering, where you had to specifically define your label tag, your help text, your form field, and even your errors. Okay, but with the new one, it is just simple. You use form field group. Okay, so field group is the one that has greatly improved on how we are going to render our forms. So let's try this new way and see how it is simple and how it has made the process of rendering the form as easy as possible. So let's dive into our project. So I have created a simple project for testing. I have created an app, and I have few models in it, and I have the forms. This is the form that I want to render, and this form is using a model called contact. This model we have created here. I've created the views. Okay, I want just to render this form. Okay, if I go to my local host, you can see there is nothing inside. So we want to render that field. Okay, so there are two ways you can do this. You can do this you can do the way the documentation suggests, or you can decide to loop all your fields in your form. So we are going to go through both ways, and you can choose from which one is suited for your case. So let's start with the default one that is given in the documentation. So what you do, let's go with this one, where you mention a form and the field name, and you add as field group. Okay, so we are going to list all our fields. Form dot name dot as field group. Okay, remember we have the name as one of our model field. You can see we have the name. Now the next thing we need to do is field, because remember our forms is using the model contact. Okay, so that is why we are going to list all of the fields in contact. So the next one is email. So you can go ahead and do email. Form dot email dot as field group. Okay, so if we go to our browser and refresh, you can see the name and the email. The next one is the message. think we have the message. In our models we have the message, this one. Now let's do the message and say form dot message dot as field group. So once we do this, we have listed all 3 of our fields that we want. In our forms, remember we had excluded this field right here, so it should not be rendered in our form. So if we refresh, you can see we have it. So the second way of doing this, you can loop all of your fields in a form. Okay, so you can do like you can loop using a for loop, say for field in form, and then let's close that for loop, and for okay, and then using one line you can get all the fields that you want. You can say form, not form, it's a field dot as field group. Okay, with this one line you get all the fields in your form. Okay, let's refresh here. You can see we have all the fields that we want. So this is the new way of rendering the fields in Django 5.0 version. So thank you for watching this video. If you find this video helpful, please consider subscribing and giving it a thumbs up.